Hello to everyone, this is Joanna, and today I'm going to attempt to do some Christmas looks. I was trying to think of something I could do for work, and then I also got a request from Miss Connie to show some of the Christmas looks I plan on doing. The ones that I'm going to be doing are kind of just basic because I don't have a lot of length, but you see a plate like this I really like because people take this image and they put it on each nail. So I do like that, but I don't have a lot of time either to grow my nails out before Christmas comes. So I'm just going to show you, I was thinking today of doing some snowflake nails, and I'll share that with you on what I'm going to do. It's very simple. This plate that I have in my hand is Festive Collection 30, and I don't think I'll be using any images from this particular plate, but I did want to show this because it is out in my rotation. Another plate that I have with a wintertime image, this little wreath and this little image here and this one right here. And then I've used this before with the little mittens. I believe what I'm going to be using today and sharing with you is I'm going to do a look with this plate with these snowflakes here. And then I am also going to be using this plate. Now the image that I really like from this plate is this solid one right here, because it puts the stripes on the nail, or you can paint colors in there. But I am planning on trying to use these snowflakes here. So I'm sorry that you can't see that clearly because you know I'm having issues with my camera in the front. But I also want to add really quickly, I was so excited with my haul last night that I completely forgot that I did get my hands on my Pringles. This is all that's left in that can right there. Y'all have heard the story about me and my hunt down for these reduced fat Pringles. I got 2 cans. And then I also got these Doritos. These were out when I was a kid, and I know these were like the original flavor, the taco flavor. Well, this bag was $1.99, even though it says $4.29. Now, when I was a kid, their bag was this size, but it was a little bit narrower. They were 59 cents a bag. Things have gone up. Snicker bars were like 16 cents, and now you pay almost $1. So for the nail look that I'm going to be doing, I tend to use reds at Christmas time. You can use whatever color you like. You can use gold, silver. Sometimes I favor a deep blue that's not necessarily navy blue. And because all the red looks I have been doing was my Kiss from Maryland, which this is a good red, I also favor the OPI red. But this go around, I'm using another red that I like for nail stamping, and it's called Hot Flash, and this is by China Glaze. And you can get that at Ulta, Blondie's, anywhere. Any red that you have will do. And I always put this on top, and I need to slow down because I'm running out of this. That is those little specks you see there. And I just like using this in stamping because it gives me a top and I feel like it dries. And we may or may not use this fairy dust. This is another something I use in stamping all the time. The only thing is fairy dust tends to take a while to dry, so I never put it on my nail first and then plan to stamp. I always put it on after or right before I put on my Sèche Vite. So I'm going to utilize some of this stuff and see how it helps me, and we'll be right back. Now what I'm going to be doing is going to be a mix of solid and thin images. For example, I won't be using that rose, but see how that snowflake image there is a little bit more solid than this image right here, but I think I'm going to use this on the middle finger. So we're going to see how that goes, and I'm just going to mix these up. Now I will say you can do a different one on a different finger. You can do I really do like these images though that kind of look like sweater images. I just don't have enough length for that. So I have already cleaned my plate off with acetone. So because I'm curious about this image here, I'm going to use it, and I'm not going to fool around with my clear stamper just yet. I think I'm just going to use my solid one here, and I'm going to be using my Mundo de Unis white. And the reason I'm going to do this image first is I've only got this stuff on this finger, and here I've got it on a few, and they're already starting to stick. But just for safety's sake, I'm going to go back over this plate with acetone. And again, guys, I have yet to clean this table off, and I need to, because these are tight quarters, and I'm down to my last bottle of acetone, so I don't want to lose it. We're just going to put this on the plate like that. You see me do this. And I still also haven't found the scraper that I like. I haven't found it. That's that right there. Can't really see that too great. I'm going to use a slant roller here, and we're going to do the same thing on the other hand. So this wasn't as fine as I thought it was. It's a bit more solid white than even I thought it was going to be. But it's doable. And this particular nail look I will only have on for tomorrow because I actually work. And I don't really try to put things on for work that are going to last because with all the hand washing that we do, they're not going to hold up. So the next image we'll do is this one because this one is actually going to be done on 4 fingers. This is the one I'm going to use most. And I usually just use this all over. And like I said, I love doing this over a white base, a red base, a blue base. I've done this in lavender and purple. It's one of my favorite images from this plate. And this is a Bundle Monster plate. So I'm going to show you what this snowflake looks like. And like I said, it's one of my favorite images to do. And I'll just be turning it probably in different directions over the nails. And see that? I just love how that looks. Sorry about that. I might have to hold my hand back here. And then when I do it again, I'll just turn it around so slightly. And see, each time I've just kind of turned it around a little bit. Hopefully that'll show when we're done, because it is a real simple thing. And we'll do one more, and then I will move on to the next. And the next snowflake I'm going to do is off the first plate that we used. But again, I love this. I've done black nails in which I do this look too. And see, this is in the corner, so I will turn this ever so slightly. And do that like that. So the next plate that we're going to use, and again, we're going to go back to the first one. And I'm going to use this for the thumb and the other finger because of how it is angled. Sorry about that. I thought I had that on, so I'm going to share with you what I did. We're going to do the other thumb. And all that I did was I just pointed that in the direction because I consider these kind of images open. They're half images, but you can kind of position them how you want them. And then I'm going to do the same thing as that to the little finger here. And I'm going to try to angle it so that these smaller snowflakes are what get there. So I'm going to try to angle this one sort of like that. And then we'll do the last one. And I'll see what I can do to try to get this in here clearer. And all that I did was this. And I just sort of laid that across there like that. And then we'll take this off. There's a little bit right there just stuck in there. This stuff is somewhat helpful, but I don't know completely. And I'm going to clean this up and get that top coated and see what I can do. I don't know if I do this, if it brings it in better. Because it looks like I can see my phone trying to focus, but it's not doing a very great job. Now I'm going to coat these with a coat of fairy dust. Hopefully you can see this when I do this, because fairy dust really does make a lot of looks just come alive sometimes. And it gives it that candy quality look there. But like I said, fairy dust takes a good while to dry on its own. I think as long as 45 minutes. But what I do when I put it on like this is I wait about 10 minutes. And then I top coat it with my sèche vite. But again, I put enough on here so that it floats over the design. So that is it. This is my little basic look for work tomorrow. And hopefully you can see enough of that. As you can see, this nail, I don't really have enough room for that image, because that is a full nail image. But I do really like the snowflakes, and this is my favorite. I like to do this in white with silver or gold snowflakes. And I'm trying to hold this so you can at least see it. And I don't know, whatever happened to my phone camera that it won't come in. And like I said, every time I try to mess with it, my words will appear backwards. So I won't know about this until I look at it. But like when I get done recording and, you know, y'all see it, it makes all of my words backwards. So hopefully you can see that. And I will come back and try to do something that's over white. Because I was looking at this little holly thing here, because I could do that over white and green and put the red berries in there. But I don't know. But that is it. And I just wanted to share this. But until the next time, everyone have a great day.